Hi everyone, this is your host and your coach, Dr. Mary Ayers. I feel really confident that if you're the type of person who listens to my show, then you have a belief about being a creator, that you are part of the creation process. And I know that even on some level, you get that your thoughts and your beliefs have a great deal of influence about what you believe you can have and you cannot have. It gives you kind of a ceiling, like, what is possible for me? Today we're going to take a deeper look at something that's often referred to as split energy, because it is a huge elephant in the room. When it comes to beliefs, this is one that we have to really look at, put right in front of us, and not ignore it. This is how we define the split energy. It's a feeling of wanting something but not believing you can have it, or not believing it's possible for you. Can you feel the split in your energy of wanting something and not believing that it's possible? In past shows, I've talked about getting right with having desires. We've looked at some of the things that get in the way of being clear and stating what you want. And one of those things was the fear of being disappointed. What if I want something and it doesn't happen? Do you hear this belief, this split energy? Do you hear it showing up again? This I don't believe I can have what I want? Now, the reasons you're giving yourself, the why you can't have what you want, is going to vary from person to person. It might be anywhere like from maybe a belief like I'm not deserving, or there's fundamentally something wrong with me, or any of the enoughs. We all know what that is like, the enoughs. I'm not enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. All of those are the reasons that we have that splits this energy. I want something. Unfortunately, there's some condition, some rule, some vow, some decision that means I can't get it. I won't be able to have it. And we have that split energy. It's almost as if I'm dangling food in front of somebody who's starving. It's very painful to have this split energy, to have this sense of wanting something but also not believing you can have it. It brings up all kinds of feelings of powerlessness, hopelessness, and why bother? We are all familiar with those on some level, because when we're in our deepest pain, it just feels like we're rolling around in those thoughts. And I know it doesn't feel good. And you know that when something doesn't feel good, our mind will try to find a way to avoid it. And yet, our work is to look it square in the eye, to see it, to say, I get it now. I have this thing that I want. Been making vision boards about it, been saying affirmations about it. But I see now that I don't have a belief that it's possible. It's not possible for me. So our desires get canceled out by this belief. Here we are wanting. We come up against this ceiling that says, great, you want it, but it's not for you. It's never going to happen. So the question is, what do we do about it? First is, see it. Find the thing that you want. What is this thing you have been wanting to create? Put it in front of you. See it. Now feel your energy. Look at that thing you want and ask yourself, can this happen for me? Or here's another way. You can say it this way. So make the statement, that is possible for me. And then feel it. How true does it feel? That's going to be an indicator of how congruent you are with what you wish to create. You can stand in front of those vision boards. You can have your affirmations. They're great to use as measuring stick. How does it feel? What comes up? This is how you begin. And if you're not getting a strong yes, no worries. It's our job to close the gap. So let's get into alignment. So maybe over the course of this show so far, you've gotten some insight about maybe why you don't believe it's possible for you. Maybe it is a core belief, like I'm not good enough. Because these beliefs have deep roots. We are at the root of that. You don't have to keep looking. You're there. Fortunately, with persistence and when it's possible, being very specific. We're going to be shaking loose some of the resolve that holds these beliefs in place. That's our work. That's what's possible for us. And of course, one of the ways to do that is through tapping. This is not just a cognitive journey. I'm going to take a little sidebar here to tell you. This isn't just a cognitive journey. It's not just about seeing it and understanding it and then trying to believe something different. The tapping helps by releasing the grip that we have emotionally as well as intellectually around these beliefs. So the tapping brings more wiggle room into them. So let's do some tapping. Let's look at the split energy right in the eye. Find the thing you want, bring it to mind, say, I want that, and then listen. What is the yes but that comes up? The I want something but I don't believe I can have it, or I don't believe it will ever happen. Feel the truth in that statement. And then we're going to be on the karate chop. Start tapping with me. Even though I have this split energy, I want something I don't believe will ever happen. I am where I am. Even though I don't believe I can have what I want. For this reason, that's just the way it is. What if I could allow myself to see this differently? Even though I don't believe it's possible for me to get what I want. Because of this, I'm willing to be curious about what is possible anyhow. And we're going to go to the eyebrow. I want this thing. Side of the eye. But I don't believe I can have it. Under the eye. I want it. Under the nose. But it won't happen. On the chin. I feel the split in the energy. Collarbone. It doesn't feel very good. Under the arm. In fact, it feels terrible. Top of the head. This wanting something you don't believe you can have. Eyebrow. But it feels like the truth. Side of the eye. Like it's just the way it is. Under the eye. Like nothing can change that. Under the nose. It's a fact. Chin. It is what it is. Collarbone. Nothing I could do to change that. Under the arm. Right up until the time. Top of the head. That I decide to change it. Back at the eyebrow. What if I did believe? Side of the eye. That I can have what I want. Under the eye. That it is possible. Under the nose. What would I have to believe about myself? Chin. What would I believe about life? Collarbone. I would probably believe I was enough right now. Under the arm, and that life was on my side. Top of the head. What if those were my beliefs? Back at the eyebrow. What if I was shifting these old beliefs? Side of the eye. Right now. Under the eye, and was living these new beliefs. Under the nose, how would that feel? Chin, what if it was that simple? Collarbone, could that be okay? Under the arm, maybe these beliefs are already starting to shift. Top of the head. Maybe I'm starting to step into these new beliefs now. Take a breath. Let's test your statement. I want this thing and it could be possible. How does it feel? Did you notice that I didn't stretch too far too soon? I said could be possible. That's us inviting the shift with ease in a very soft way, allowing the mind to try it on and become familiar with it. It's not about it is, it's done. We're easing into it. We're stepping into it, getting familiar with it, getting comfortable. It's so helpful because it helps us to assimilate a new way of believing, a new way of thinking, a new idea of us. It brings the energy together. It heals the split. This is a great topic to come back to on a regular basis, and when you do, expect to see some really deep fundamental changes showing up in your life, but you're going to have to watch for them. They will be there. This is you starting to see things differently as you start to become more and more congruent with your beliefs. Well done. You've done a great job. I'd like to invite you to connect with me when you're ready to take your life to the next level. We can set up a time to chat and see how I can be helpful. You can do that by emailing me at mary@tapintooaction.com. Until next time, I'm wishing you the best. This is your Coach Mary. Stay brilliant.